Dogging. I shall try not to make these jokes. Try. I can't promise, but I will try. So, we're on downward dog. Let's have a little bit of joke with the downward dog situation. So, here she is, as per normal. Let's arrive. It's Tallulah Pert. She's got the Lululemon outfit on. Oh yeah, most of the skin is out. Tarquin's away in Thailand again, doing another qualification in fruitarianism. You know, the kind of thing. Right, this is how they turn up, downward dog. Don't do it like this. Here it is, hands down, feet too close, over, egging that cake. Look at that, yeah, heels are down, giving it the full wallop. This is contortionism. Look at my spine, not good, not good. Okay, knees down to the mat. Next one, the fingers together and the pressing, which will give you all sorts of issues with the wrists. So, you see this one coming along. Shorten it. Because the heels are down, there's a good feeling in the mind. But you can see by the arch of my spine, the weight on my wrists, that this is going to give me headaches, neck aches, wrist aches, and there's not going to be an improvement in my body. But to all intents and purposes, the student doing this is feeling pretty epic because their heels are down. We don't want to do that either. Next one on the line, so the not to do's. Okay, so the wrists are spread. We're going into the downward dog. This is the one that I really feel for. This is the person giving it 100% effort. They really want that upside down V shape of the downward dog. Here it goes. You think, okay, they're all right. But then they've gone for the straight leg. Come on, you bugger. Yes. Over your legs, over your legs. I've got it, I've got it. And you see the shakes start to happen because the weight is over the arms. The sweat starts to roll. What happens? More force is used. Force, force, power, force. No joy there, is there? So let's look at some preferences for when you do your downward dog. Before you start, spread the fingers. Always ensure that the knuckle of the first finger is rooted down into the yoga mat. The middle finger is pointing upwards. When we go into the downward dog, use your first breath just to sort of scope out how the body's feeling today. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees off the yoga mat, ease it back, slide the weight back, lift the knees gently, begin with the knees nicely bent and the heels off the yoga mat. There's a lot of nuances to this pose, but when you're beginning yoga, we're aiming to keep the body safe. You need to grip the mat with the fingertips, so have a little check. How's those hands doing? Looking all right to me. Knees nice and bent. And while I'm thinking about pressing the heels down, send them back and send the tailbone high. Draw the navel in. Lovely, plenty done there, that's great. Little wrist release. Turn the fingertips towards, give the fingers a little wiggle. We call this the TTs in my class. It's the titty tickle or the testicle tickle. And as we've always said, if you can tickle your testicles or your titties at this given moment, please see a general practitioner. Reroute the hands. Taking inhale to begin on this one. Arch the spine, look forward and slide those shoulder blades down the back. We always exhale into downward dog. So we'll do that together. Press the weight back once more. Knees lift, keep them bent. Press the hands into the yoga mat. Think long from armpit to hip. And take your gaze between your ankles or your toes. Have a little experiment with extending one leg straight, often referred to as walk the dog. Double bend both knees And then think about sending the weight back rather than lengthening the legs. If this suddenly becomes too easy, you've probably got the hands and the feet too close. Take the knees down. Okay, now, important bit. Don't be a Tallulah tits, yeah? Don't force the yoga pose, there's no point. Yoga is not an exercise program. If you're doing a yoga class and you're a beginner and your wrists start to complain or there's a twitch in the back or something doesn't feel right, the smart and thinking yogi does this. Are we ready? Yoga teacher goes, okay, from all fours, exhaling into Ardha Mukha Svanasana, off we'll go, class have gone up, you're on it. Ta-da, check, 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 all good, yeah, knees are bent, yeah, this is fine. I've got it on, and all of a sudden those wrists start to go, oh no, I don't like it. Rather than forcing and shaking like a dog having a, you know what I'm saying? Take the knees down. Take a little child's pose. Release the wrists. And wait for the instruction to come from the yoga teacher or the video you're doing, because there's always another chance to do a bit of dogging coming up soon. So don't push through the dogging. Take a rest. Sorry, I didn't make a promise, did I? Last but not least, because I don't want to bamboozle, there's one issue we can get with downward dog, and that's the arms getting very close to the head, which crunches at the back of the neck. You get this wrinkling along here. When you're in your downward dog, you want to ease the shoulders away from the ears. A way to do that is to externally rotate the upper arms. But because our hands are going to be flat on the mat and the first knuckle, we internally rotate the forearms. That's a lot to be getting on with, but all I want to do is make sure that you don't have the shoulders by the neck, which will eventually start to give you very tender neck, which will turn into a headache. So that's downward dog. Recommendations: don't straighten the legs. Don't press the heels to the back of the mat. That will happen in its own time. Remember, as always, it's only yoga. Thanks for being here. Peace and love.